And then I'm just like, yo, but surely when they said you're not allowed to, you're not supposed to. But this man just went full send. And what is good, ladies and gentlemen? I hope everyone is looking their best, taking it easy and getting stuff done. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my university experience so far. So as most of you guys may or may not know, I'm currently studying at Stellenbosch University. And my experience so far has been quite an interesting one. Like a lot has happened, like a lot. I've really enjoyed some of it. Some of it has just like made me question a lot of things. But all in all, I do miss that place, and currently I'm not there because of lockdown. So I'm very keen to get back. But my experience so far, I have to say, has been like one of the best times of my life. So it all started during O week or orientation week. Like I said in the previous video, I'm currently staying at Dagbreek, which is a men's residence in Stellenbosch. And I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I don't think I'd change it because I've enjoyed it so far. I mean, if you asked me during orientation week, I definitely would have been like, hey yo, listen, dude, maybe res just isn't for me. Like, it's kind of different. And that's basically how I can describe like my entire university experience so far. It's just been different. So guys, during orientation week, you're supposed to be spending the time, you know, getting acquainted with your faculty, where you're going to be having classes, getting your textbooks and stationery sorted and in order. I mean, that's what I thought. Apparently, that's only like a small bit of it. The rest of orientation week, at Stellenbosch at least, was spent, you know, like with res initiation stuff, as well as preparing for this thing called Fensters, which is like a huge musical production that the first years of Stellenbosch have to produce. You know, it's kind of a tradition. And I must say, I found myself asking the same question, like, is this university or high school musical? But you know what, I enjoyed the whole experience. Like, it was such a time. I mean, initiation was quite strange, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now. But looking back on it, like, I really did enjoy that whole experience. I was honestly thinking to myself, like, if you'd asked me during initiation and orientation week, I'd have been like, yeah, listen, this ain't it, chief. Hey, I'm quite okay. Like, every morning we had to get up at 6 a.m. to run 5Ks. And then I'm like, yo, the last time I did that leg magic was a good minute ago. You know, December, it was nice. I did a whole lot of nothing. And so having to run 5Ks off the bat at 6 a.m., it was quite a challenge. But now, that's like, looking back on it, as I said, I really did enjoy that whole experience. So orientation week officially ended on the Friday. By the way, that Friday was my birthday, the 31st of January. And we still weren't allowed to go out. Like, some reses couldn't leave until, you know, because their orientation just went like much later. I'm kind of glad with our res because it kind of ended during O week. But yeah, like some of the reses, they had like initiation like rituals and stuff like for so much longer and they couldn't go out. But I couldn't go out on the Friday, which was my birthday. Kind of upset me, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? It's not like I had like a lot of people there like with me, you know, to celebrate with, because my family was up in Joburg. Didn't have like a lot of my mates. Like, I had a few friends there, but like, you know, they're all in reses that can't even go out. So either way, it is what it is. So that Friday, it was the day of the Fensters performance, right? We've been practicing the whole week, learning these dance routines and whatnot. And it's not something that's like supposed to be said, because this year Stellenbosch like implemented a whole no drinking on campus like rule. I mean, which is kind of weird because Stellenbosch is known for like, you know, the drinking, the jolling, that type of stuff. But anyways, it didn't really affect me because like I'm not a heavy drinker. I don't drink that often really, like mainly like occasionally with mates, and I never get to the point where I'm like flipping blackout drunk. Like, that's just not me as a person. But you know, seeing as that was the thing that you couldn't drink in res and stuff, I'm wondering why some of the people were acting the way they were. Like obviously there's no rehearsals on that Friday because you spend the whole day performing. And there was some sketchy behavior, you know, people, because our res is like split up into sections, right? So we have like 18 sections, and first years live in sections 8 to 18, right? And you know, like 1 to 7 are for like seniors and stuff. But people from other sections are busy going into like other sections up and down quite frequently, and then their behavior is changing. So one of my mates who I met in Stellenbosch, he's like a really sick oak. So now I remember I was with him the 1 second, and then you know I was like, cause the dance, like the performance was split up into like 4 dances, like 3 like separate dances, and then like the big group one at the end. So then his was like the first, like, you know, special dance, and I was like the third, right? So I was obviously the first one he's dancing, the second one we're chilling together, and the third one I leave, right, to go do my dance. But when I return, this man is nowhere to be found. And we did this like performance thing a lot of times. So then I think we done it like what, already 3 times, like people are getting tired or whatever, you know, the rules are just like a thing that people are just choosing not to follow. And I'm just like, kidokes, I'm just gonna mind my business. But then I can't find this mate of mine. I can't find him. And then one performance later, this guy is chilling in like the one corner, right, of our quad. And he's completely out of it. Like, this man has been drinking and he's been having a good time. And then I'm just like, yo, but surely when they said you're not allowed to, you're not supposed to. But this man just went full send, like blackout. It was the funniest thing ever. Like, I kid you not. Was it inconvenient? Just a bit, but it is what it is, right? And so this guy is like behaving in the strangest way, you know, random unprovoked sentences. He's shouting stuff, and then mind you, a couple of my other mates, they also pulled through to see this guy. Now all busy laughing, having a good time. This man takes off his shirt and he just starts shouting. And then I'm just like, okay mate, maybe they need to dispose of you. Luckily his brother's also staying at that res, so you know, he came through, took him away, you know, sorted out that mess. And I'm just like, guys, this is just mad. And then I'm starting to notice it's not just him. A lot of people are having a good time. They're getting lit. They're living their best lives. And it's so funny because like we're redoing the performances over and over, right? You start out with everyone, and then gradually the numbers just thin out throughout the performance. Because I start noticing like there's more space on the stage than there was when we first started. But anywho, so after that was all said and done, you know, it kind of went off without a hitch. Except for the reason why we were doing it over and over and over, right, is because like the judges hadn't arrived yet. But you know, people are coming to watch, you know, like friends and family, like they're watching your performance, so you can't just sit around doing nothing, right? Because you know, maybe they want to go check out some of the other performances as well, right? But the judges didn't arrive until like 10:30, when they were supposed to be there by like latest 9 o'clock, we were told. So then now it's 10:30, and I'm just like, nah man, maybe these judges are actually wasting my time. Like, could they just get here so I could go, right? Meanwhile, the judges were right behind me, and I had no idea. Like, firstly, I don't even know who to look for at all. So I'm saying this as if like, you know, they're nowhere near. And then one of my mates, Daniel, he just starts laughing, and I'm just like, dude, what's your business? What's so funny? And then he tells me that the judges were actually behind me throughout the entirety of my rant. And I was ranting for like a solid 5 minutes. So I'm like, awkward. Very awkward. Anyways, we did our performance, and you know, we called it a night. And I'm just going around res, seeing how many casualties we had, and there were quite a few. Obviously there was my mate I told you about in the beginning, but then there were a lot more, and honestly that was just like the funniest thing ever. So then after that night, so like from Saturday night onwards, you were allowed to go out again, so like, you know, pretty standard thing. Now the friend I mentioned at the beginning, it was a recurring thing with him. He was known for going all out. He made a name for himself, a proper name, And I'm just like,
No, no, no.
so guys, remember how I said in the beginning, I thought Stellenbosch was known for like, you know, drinking as a university and type of thing. I wasn't wrong. I was not wrong. There are two people in this story that really take drinking to a new level. Two people. Like that I've like paid attention to. Like for Joburg standards, like that's where I'm from, you know, you don't see this type of stuff a lot, right? But in Stellenbosch, it is a recurring event. Like, I'm sure these guys have calendars, and if you look at their calendars, it'll say, get blackout drunk every day. Now guys, when I say blackout drunk and every day, I'm probably exaggerating about the everyday thing, but not the blackout drunk. So the mate I mentioned in the beginning, every time he goes out, you know, it's kind of like a domino effect. You know, one drink leads to the next, which leads to the next, and so on and so on and so on, until he's blown through like 900 bucks on one night. And this happens quite a lot, and it gets to the point where this guy has no money for a majority of the month. You know, you kind of need the stuff to eat, but it happens so much. I remember the one time we went out, right? I'm like, nah, this guy only wants a few drinks. He told me to like, hey, dude, just make sure you get a few drinks, right? The thing is, he has a way of disappearing. He really does. And I don't know how he does it. You blink and he's gone. It happens once at this club called Catwalk. I blinked, he was gone. We found him, guess where? The bar. It happened like 4 times that night. Like literally, nobody knew how he snuck away. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then it got to a point where now, like, I study engineering, right? So like, don't have a lot of free time. So the free time I do have, I kind of like to cherish. You know, so like, I probably only go out on either a Friday or a Saturday, but like once a month, you know. I'm not like a huge party animal or whatnot. But this man is going out religiously. Religiously. Some oaks go out on Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Mondays, Sundays, Thursdays. Every day it's a jewel day. Mind you, while these guys are going out every day, I'm just like to this man, you can't afford your lifestyle. Stop. Every time this guy goes out, right, some chaos happens. So in our res, like, we have a miniature Eiffel Tower, right? Like right in the center of the quad. You know, it's quite sick. It looks flipping awesome at night. But then the one day, right, this guy, you know, he came back in his drunken state and he flipping left, like a couple of people put his mattress on top of the Eiffel Tower. And they're screaming and there's nothing but chaos happening, and I'm asleep, mind you, I'm asleep. Then I wake up at 2 a.m. to see what the hell is going on. And then imagine me when I see a mattress on top of the Eiffel, and I'm just like, no man,
No.
surely not. Who is this dumb? Who is this dumb? So I hop on out my room, I waddle over, and I see exactly who's involved in this, and I'm like, it's this dude. This is your issue. This is your issue. Your brain doesn't work. Your brain doesn't work. Every time you go out, there is a serious lapse in judgment. But that's your business. You know what? That's your business. If that's how I want to live life, cool. I'm all for that. Don't wake me up at 2 a.m. though, but I'm all for that. Then there's this other guy. Oh no, this man is a mess. Oh, this man is a mess. So my previous mate, right, he doesn't go out like religiously every day, because when he's sober he has brains. It's when he's not sober there's an issue. But this other oak, you know, we're gonna call him Steve. Steve is not serious. Steve is not serious. This guy's just mad. This guy literally cannot go a day without drinking, and I'm just like, yo, guys, this is a bit hectic, eh? This is a bit hectic. But then every time he goes for a drink, right? A drink, he will say, I'm going for a drink. Man comes back wasted, a proper casualty, and I'm just like, this is not good for your wallet and your liver and your brain on top of everything. I'm just like, what the hell is happening? This can't be good for you, surely, right? And I remember it was a Sunday evening, right, around like 6. I see this guy mobilizing his squad, And then I'm like, hey, where are you lot going? And he's like, no, we're just going to Bohemia. By the way, Bohemia is like the name of this like bar by the mall, right? We're just gonna get like a couple of drinks. Ugh, nothing, but we'll be back soon. This man came back triple stepping on the shoulders of his boys, and I'm just like, just a few. He said just a few. That's his business. That's his business. But yeah, some of the things, I'm just like, no, this guy is some other kind of special. So we have like first year's meetings, right? So we all have to come dressed in suits, weird tradition, but it is what it is. And then, you know, we just chill, and one of the like, you know, the res heads would like to speak to us about whatever they want to speak to us about. So then I was sitting in the front that one day, and then the whole first year's meeting finishes, you know, we're just putting the chairs back. And then I see this bloke. I'm just like, you must be joking. Firstly, this dude is not wearing shoes, barefoot. He's wearing his suit pants. He's not wearing a shirt, but he's wearing his blazer. And then I am just like, surely not, surely not. And then I'm just like, nah, guys, something has to be done, something has to be done. After that day, I saw him in the state that he was. He started paying more like attention. Mind you, by March, I could safely say this guy went out every day. And then I'm just like, it must be nice to have money because alcohol in Stellenbosch is very expensive. But you know what, that's his business. But then also, guys, come on. We can't be about that lifestyle. Do better for your sake and for everybody else's. Guys, come on. So then, while I'm busy like, you know, contemplating about this issue, because as I said, I haven't seen this stuff anyway. This is like the thing you only see in movies, right? I'm thinking. And then I'm busy listening to what other people are saying from other races. Mind you, he's not the only one. There are multiple people who do this on the regular. Multiple. And I'm just like, guys, maybe Stellenbosch is different. Maybe Stellenbosch is just different. And then I'm just like, nah, your livers are not safe in this town. Your livers aren't safe. But then I'm just like, the sheer amount of people who do this, right? Oaks, you can't do this. Respect yourself. Like at this point, that is my chat. Respect yourself and those around you. If you're gonna drink, that's perfectly fine. Do not drink to the point where you can't walk without people to carry you. You know what I'm saying? Don't drink to the point where you don't know what you're gonna eat a week from then. Uggs, be responsible. Be responsible. Be responsible. And I find it funny that all of these casualties are happening when Stellenbosch introduced a no alcohol on campus type of thing, right? And I'm just like, okay, cool. People are gonna do it anyways. And in my honest opinion, I feel like it's a lot worse because now, if let's say hypothetically someone does, you know, have alcohol on the person in res that they bought, they're gonna feel inclined to like, you know, finish it as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying? Which leads to more casualties. I actually kind of find it funny. I kind of said like it's gonna be my whole first year experience, but that's mainly been it. Just casualties. Yeah, engineering has been going okay, hey? Yeah, you know, with the physics and the chemistry, some engineering maths, some maybe a bit of applied maths. So it's all good times when you know what's happening, and I always know what's happening. Anywho, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you liked what you saw in this video, please leave a like down below, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to be notified when I upload my next vid. I'm gonna try to keep to a once a week schedule. Hopefully this lockdown ends soon. So currently in South Africa we have like different levels, so on level 4 right now. Hopefully by level 3, level 2 I can start going out again, making vlogs for you guys, which is something I wanted to start doing like originally, but it is what it is, the lockdown special. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Like I said like earlier, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and take it easy.